Want to win at life? Learn how to control the internal dialogue. You see, most people are mentally soft. They are weak. And they only execute when they feel like it. When life's, they're on top of the world and they feel motivated. They wake up in the morning and they're like, yeah, I'm ready to crush this day. But let's be realistic here. How many days do you wake up like that? How many days do you feel like the world is at your feet and you are ready to fucking rock? 1 out of 3? If we're being hyper fucking generous? Or is it 1 out of 5 or 7 or 1 out of 30? The problem is the majority of people don't wake up, feel like they're in a place to overcome all the obstacles that are thrown at them every single day. That's not how you wake up every single day. And if you are only able to execute on those days, well, life's never really going to go your way. You might inch along. Hell, you might even be doing all right. But even if we give you the benefit of the doubt, and we say it's 1 out of every 3 days, you wake up and you feel ready to fucking crush the day. The person who wakes up and executes every single day is going to kick the shit out of you. The person who ignores their feelings and does the work because the work is required, they're the ones who win at life. They're the ones who crush it because their feelings and their emotions are fucking irrelevant. They do the work because the work is required. And this is the mental fortitude that is required. It is the mental discipline that is required because this doesn't get easier. Making these choices, making these decisions, undertaking these actions do not get easier. The work doesn't get easier the longer you do it. What happens is you get stronger. What happens is you get more disciplined. What happens is you build the momentum and the habit that carries you forward. And as we know, the majority of our life is built on subconscious habits. These things that are just ingrained into us. And it's why we need to, on the things that really matter, on the big decisions, pull back and become cognizant of the choices that we are making and start making the right choices towards, being the best version we can be. It's not that you wake up one day and you've suddenly got all this discipline, or life calms down and there's no longer stresses and you can start making these decisions. No. You just have to keep making the choices to be the best version of yourself. And there are going to be days where that is fucking hard. There are going to be days where you wake up and it sucks and you don't want a bar of it and you just have to figure it the fuck out. But the days that you overcome the resistance, the days you overcome the little bitch voice in your head telling you to not do the work, to take it easy, all that kind of stuff, are the days that you win big time. They're the ones that really propel you forward. Because when you overcome, you are reestablishing, hey, I am this man, I am this guy, I am the one who makes the choices towards being the best version of myself. I am the man who prioritizes future me over present me. Because that's what discipline is. Discipline is choosing future you's happiness over current you's happiness. The first one I heard it described is, it's like living as if you're the butler of future you. You're thinking about that, how can I make this life easier for future me? And discipline can come down into many different formats in that, to making it as easy as possible for yourself. If you're establishing the habit of working out and getting into great fucking shape. And as we discussed before, that is the gateway. It's the gateway drug to everything else you want in life. If you're doing that, make it easier. The night before, set out your clothes. The night before, pack your gym bag. The night before, set up all the things that will happen. If you have a coffee first thing in the morning, which isn't the most optimal way to live, but that's a whole different fucking video, you know, whatever it may be, attach it to that habit. So if you have that coffee, okay, cool. On the backside, I've got my to-go cup set out. I've got the coffee set up. So I'm going to put my coffee into the to-go cup and I'm going to head to the gym. Or I'm going to head out for my weighted walk, or whatever the fuck it might be. Attach it to the back end of that. You know, start building the discipline for future you. You are the butler for future you. And think about that you want to make the choices to make happiness for future you. Make that barrier to entry as low as possible to build that forward. Because it doesn't get easier. So you might as well employ whatever tactics you can to make that decision as easy as possible. You know, add accountability, add a friend to it, add all those kinds of things to it, because no, it's not easy. And people continue to fucking lie to you on the internet that it is really simple and you should just be able to do it. No, it's fucking hard. It's really difficult. You know, making life-altering choices is fucking difficult, as it should be. But that's what separates you, and that's what makes the difference. As I said, you know, if you compare yourself to the person if we're going to make him hyper generous, who does it 1 out of 3 days when they do the workout, you are, you know, you're picking up an extra 2 days every 3 days. You are 66% ahead of that. You are pushing further ahead every single day, where they're only pushing ahead every 1 out of 3, and they're not building the momentum, and they're not stacking it, and they're not getting that compound interest on it. But that comes from making the decision. It comes from making a choice of discipline. Then you're going to fucking do the work. Because that's what separates you. That you understand that it's difficult. You understand that it doesn't get easier. You just get stronger. You get more used to it. You just adapt to doing these things. And that's what makes the difference between it. And, you know, you also need to ignore the people on the internet, because we've known for a long, long time that the internet is just the highlight reel. And the internet is just showing you the best bits, the highlights of it all. They don't show you on your bad days. They don't show you when you're fucking struggling. They don't show you when life is fucking difficult. You know? But we have truly, truly gotten soft in this world. And I was talking to a mate about it, and he was like, I don't understand how you have the time to work out. And I was like, I don't fucking understand how you don't. You're single. You work 9 to 5. You have very limited responsibilities. What do you do with your time? And he couldn't tell me. And I was like, you have the time. You don't have the priorities. You don't have the discipline. You haven't made the fucking decision to do what is required. You have the time and the capacity. You're just making different choices on what actually fucking matters to you. And that's the separator. You know? That's the old adage that you want to get a job done as fast as possible, give it to the busy person, because they will figure out how to do it as quickly as possible, because they don't have time to fuck around. The people who have all the time in the world fuck around with it. You know, and look, I'm guilty of this shit too. I was the classic one, especially growing up, you know, if you gave me a week to do something, it would take me a week to do it. But if you gave me an hour to do it, I'd get it done in an hour. And it's why oftentimes deadlines and things like that help people, because if you open it up and give yourself too much of a spectrum, you'll find a way to just fill the time. You'll fill the void. Whereas if you give it a really short time frame and just shit has to get done, you just figure out how to get shit done. But we live in a world now where we expect everything, A, to be instantaneous, and B, to be easy. You know, look at all the things we have, you know, Uber Eats and, you know, Netflix on demand and instant streaming services and, you know, all the answers we want in our pocket, or, you know, next day shipping, or all this kind of stuff. We are so accustomed now to everything being at our fingertips and the snap of, you know, snap of our fingers, the flick of a button. Look, it's done. But building success takes, you know, hands and daylight. It takes commitment and effort. It takes consistency over a long period of time. It takes controlling the internal dialogue. It takes delayed gratification. And that's what Greatness Daily is about. It's about building delayed gratification. It's about building that internal dialogue. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, the strongest, the fittest, the healthiest version of yourself, and teaching you the skills that transfer into life. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that fitness is the ultimate gateway drug to a successful life. It's why the majority of people, and of course there's fucking outliers, and I always get people who are like, not everybody who's fit is successful. No, but a lot of people who are successful are fit, especially nowadays. Especially now they're realizing that they could be even more successful if they got into shape. They're realizing that they don't sacrifice their health and their fitness, they can get into better shape. And again, you're always going to have your fucking outliers on that. But people who learn the skills of fitness are learning those ones that transfer into business, into life, into success. They learn how to be consistent. They learn delayed gratification. They learn effort and showing up. They learn that you just have to be consistent, and often for a lot longer than you think it should take. And that if you want to make it last as well, you have to keep being consistent. It's not a 12-week, you know, dash, and then you can just sit back and cruise and it's done for life. And I think that's one of the greatest disservices that the fitness industry has done to people. As I said, this is the key to teaching you how to be successful in life, is fitness, is exercise, is these things that take effort and grit and determination and consistently showing up with passion and enthusiasm. But we've built it so much into this quick fix world as well that it's like, you know, 12-week transformation, 30-minute abs, 30 days to drop, I don't know, you know, 5 kilos or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, you can get results quickly, but they aren't sustainable. Whereas if you do it properly, if you build it consistently, especially things like building muscle rather than burning fat, it just takes a long fucking time, and refining the craft as well. And I think that's the other side that people don't pay attention to anymore, is not only is it hands and daylight and consistency and effort, it's also refining the process as you go along. But you've just got to fucking start. You don't refine before you get into the game. You refine as you learn the lessons in the arena. This idea of the perfect plan, once you actually enter the arena, most of that shit gets thrown out the window. It's like Mike Tyson saying, you know, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Life is going to fucking punch you in the face. You'll gain the 80% of the results from just getting in and giving extreme fucking effort. And then after that, after you've gotten that initial run of results, after you've got that 80% of results, then start refining, then start tweaking the process, then start progressing it further. But you gotta fucking start. You gotta stop thinking that A, you can get it done in a really short time period, and B, that you can build the perfect plan by sitting on the sideline and reading books and listening to the podcasts and all that kind of stuff. Still listen to them, still learn, still grow your knowledge, but get in the arena, actually start the process, start making progressions forward, and then refine the process, and then figure out how you can make it better, and then push it forward. You know, But so many of us are soft, and so many of us have never undertaken anything that is truly difficult, that is going to change their, their mental fortitude, their toughness, their discipline. Like, discipline and commitment have become these dirty words. People call it obsession, and, they're a weirdo because of look how obsessed they are with it all. Or are they committed? Or are they passionate? Or are they just looking after themselves to be the best version of themselves? But it's what chasing greatness daily is about. It's about delivering those skills. It's about building the internal fortitude. It's about realizing that it's going to take consistent effort and doing it when you don't feel like it. It's about teaching the skill of just doing it every single day, no matter how you feel, simply because you said you fucking would. That's the separator. That's the difference. And you've got to learn these skills along the way. Like, I've got a couple of guys in my program at the moment, and they started with the weighted walk, and fuck me. And I said to them, I'm like, damn, that's impressive. The distance they covered with the weight they had on their shoulders on day one, I was like, look at you go. Like, you did better than me on my day one. Like, absolutely kicked the shit out of what I did on day one. That's great. Day two, diminished returns. Day three, diminished returns. But they're learning the biggest lesson of all right now, of you have to be able to keep showing up, and they are, and that's what matters, and that's the breakthrough. That, yeah, they killed it on day one, and anyone can show up and find a new gear for one fucking day. But can you do it consistently? Can you do it for a week, for 2 weeks, for a month, for 6 months, for 12 months? And it's that compounding interest. Don't get me wrong, I'm fucking stoked for them, and I'm stoked that they kept showing up. Yeah, they didn't cover the same distance that they did on day one, but they're learning the lesson about how to keep pushing, because they're like, it fucking hurts. Today kicked the shit out of me. I was like, good. Now, what really matters is that you show the fuck up tomorrow. It did kick the shit out of you. Embrace this lesson. Learn to embrace the suck. Remember how this felt, and make sure you show up tomorrow and you keep pushing forward, because that's where you gain that fortitude and that mental toughness that, it did kick the shit out of you. Do you get back up again? Knocked down 6 times, got up 7. Keep showing up no matter how it feels, no matter how much it sucks, no matter how much it hurts. Keep showing the fuck up. That's the separator. That's the difference maker. That's where you reach new levels, because you keep showing up and doing the work that is required. And that's also why it's every single day. It's not just that you build momentum in terms of the physical and it delivers quicker results and it's better, but it's about what's up here. It's what's between your ears. It's about who you become as a fucking man. It's so easy, and everything in your body is screaming at you to stop and take a day off when it hurts. And you say, fuck that. I made a commitment that I'm going to keep going, that I'm going to do the work. And you show up the next day, no matter how your body feels about it, no matter what the emotions are saying. Those are the days that you make massive strides forward. Those are the days that you say, I'm done being fucking soft, and I'm ready to be a man of discipline. I'm ready to be a man of fortitude with mental toughness to separate myself from average, to keep moving forward. Those are the days that matter. It's all well and good. It's all really easy. As I said, when you feel amazing and you're on top of the world, anyone can do that. And anyone can show up and give it their all for one day. Those who can keep showing up no matter how they feel. Those that can keep showing up and winning the fucking day when they feel like the world is against them, when their body is screaming at them to stop. Those are the ones who win at life. As I said at the start, you want to win at life? Keep showing up and keep winning the day and keep doing the work regardless of how you feel. Keep being the man that you said you were going to be, because you made a decision. And when you made that decision, you cut off all other options. There is no other option other than this work is getting done. And that's how you define yourself. And that's how you become the best version of yourself. And you start chasing greatness. And that, my friend, is exactly what this program is designed to do. It is designed to, not on a cognizant level, on a conscious level, on an ideas level, teach you about mental toughness and discipline, but to ingrain it into you, to build it into your personality, to make it part of your DNA. It is built to make you the best version of yourself so that you can show up every single day. So that it doesn't become a will I, won't I today. It's just done. End of story, because that's who you are. You don't have to fight with yourself about whether you're going to do the work today or not. You just know that I am that man, therefore I am doing it. I am a man who's made that commitment, therefore it is done. I said I would, end of story. It is done. Those are the things that separate you. And it starts with just you. It starts with just keeping that word to yourself. It starts with a program like Chasing Greatness daily. And then you build on that from there. And then it spiderwebs out into every single area of your life. And that's the differentiator. So, if you are ready to be that man, if you are ready to step the fuck up and stop being soft and build the mental toughness and build the discipline and build the fortitude of the man you know you should be, shoot me a message. Let's get you into Chasing Greatness daily. Let's start the process. Let's see who you can become on the other side. Now, if you're not quite there yet, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, please, I ask a favor. If you enjoyed this, if you took value from this, if it spoke to you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But most importantly, subscribe, because I'm here every single day and I'm trying to share with you the lessons that I'm learning from this experience, the lessons my guys are learning as we go through this process, and I coach them up so that you can avoid the mistakes that I'm making, that others have made, and we get to these lessons faster so you can deliver the results. And if you can hit that subscribe button and you can show the value, I promise in return that I will continue here every single day. I'll keep delivering this value, I'll keep learning these life lessons, and I'll help design and educate and share the quickest route to the most incredible life, to the greatest life that you can lead. So I'll be back again tomorrow with more lessons. Until then.